Hey, Dewan, yes, thousands of people are in the dark and in the cold. I want to just show you what it looks like in this community. We are at the intersection of West Monroe and McNichol. The street lights are out, so are the traffic signals. The only light coming through are from the headlights and brake lights of cars. We know this is all due to a massive power outage. The sheriff, Ronnie Fields, says this was deliberate and targeted. There were a lot of questions today if this outage was connected to this drag show that happened Saturday night in town, and some people opposed it. So Sheriff Ronnie Fields made it clear at this time there is no connection, but there's always a possibility. So they are investigating all angles. Back out here live at the intersection of McNichols and Monroe, you can see where people are still just driving about town trying to figure things out, but it is complete darkness in this area. Now, Sheriff Fields said the massive outage is due to major damage to two power substations in the county. He explained that two substations were shot up with millions of dollars in damage. Sheriff Fields made it clear that this was an attempt to shut down Moore County.
We're looking at all avenues. That's the reason I've got the professionals, the federal folks. They deal with the domestic terrorism more than locals. So they're on board and they're working with us to determine exactly who done this. Now, I can say this individual that done this, it was targeted. It wasn't random. Coward is what I'd call it, but we don't have anything. No motivation. No group has stepped up to acknowledge or accept that they're the ones that done it. So, yeah, I call them cowards.
The criminal investigation is one part of the story. The other part, that massive power outage, and this is very critical. A lot of people in need at this hour, people who may depend on oxygen, people who may have dialysis treatments coming up. So Duke Energy, their spokesperson, Jeff Brooks, was in a press conference this afternoon. He said it's going to take several days to restore power in this county. It could be the end of the week, and they are looking at several paths to restoration.
We do want citizens of the town to be prepared that this will be a multi-day restoration for most customers, extending potentially as long as Thursday.
So this is a criminal investigation that goes beyond Moore County. The SBI, FBI are both involved. Right now, though, Moore County is under a state of emergency. It went into effect at 4 o'clock. There's also a curfew in place that starts at 9 p.m. tonight and will continue until Monday morning at 5 a.m. There's a lot of people in this county that may need a warm place tonight. There is an emergency shelter set up at the Moore County Sportsplex in Carthage. In Moore County tonight, I'm Janice Price, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, Jimmy, so with tens of thousands of people without power, have you had a chance to speak with anyone there on the street or around town? Are they sharing anything with you about how they feel about this entire situation?
Now, we've heard from several people in the community. People are going to gas stations outside of the county in order to get gas and to have a place to charge their phones. So there are a lot of people who are impacted, and you can see people are trying to get out of town right now to get to a place where they can probably get something to eat, a place where they can charge their phones. So about 15 minutes from where we are right now, as we were coming into town, we did see some places that had power. So people are going into those areas. So we saw it was pretty busy over there, but getting closer to town, that's when you saw the traffic signals out. You saw that the community was without street lights. So again, Dewan, this is impacting a lot of people. When you think about it, there's a lot of people who need power, electricity in this area. We're talking critical people here, and those folks, as I mentioned, needing a dialysis treatment. So those are things you really don't think about, until you just sit there and say, okay, this is going to impact a lot of people. This is truly widespread.
Yeah, certainly not the way a lot of folks wanted to end their weekend or start their work week. Yesterday evening, we had reported Duke Energy was hoping the power would be restored tonight, but we're just hearing from Jeff Brooks earlier today, could last as long as Thursday. So folks there in Moore County certainly going to have to hunker down and brace up for these next couple of days. Janice Price, live reporting for us again. Thank you.